Hi, welcome back to Swiping Left, podcast where we talk about crazy dating stories and all the weird things about dating apps and stuff like that. My guest today is the one and only, all right, he's not the one and only, Anthony Quinn. I say not the one and only because there is a more famous, perhaps, just in his own circles, not as famous as you, but there is a more famous Anthony Quinn, but this is indeed Anthony Quinn, a fellow comedian and a fellow podcaster as well. He's got two podcasts, right? I was on one of them. Thank you very much. I was on the Food Addict podcast with Anthony, and he also has a Quinspiracy, which is a comedy conspiracy kind of thing, right?
Yeah. I want to make this very clear right now.
Please.
I am the coolest Anthony Quinn alive. Okay. I want to let's fucking clear. There's a more famous Anthony Quinn. That's right. There is.
I did not say he was cooler though. I just said he was more famous in his circles.
And he's also dead.
But his circles are the graveyard. So, right, exactly. So, but he is more famous there. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to dig him up tonight now. Thanks, Suzanne. Thanks.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Thanks, Suzanne. What are you doing? All right. So is Anthony Quinn. Yes. All right.
Yeah, no, so I had Suzanne on my podcast, Food Addict. We had a great episode. I'm still jonesing for her lasagna.
That's a rare occurrence.
I was going to say she doesn't make it anymore, but she told me about it. She told me about it, and I got a hankering.
Wow. And that was a while ago, so that must have been some impact it had on you. I'm a little scared now, people. Okay. That's great. But we're here to talk about crazy dating stories. Do you happen to have any crazy dating stories? Has anyone ever has anyone ever made you go like, whoa, what just happened?
I actually, when I got divorced, I, started internet dating like crazy, right? But it wasn't swiping back then.
Right,
right.
But
it wasn't
same thing. You were
same thing. Yeah. But it wasn't as easy as just to, there wasn't as much as that, like swipe.
Oh, that's true.
It was kind of like a click, hope, point, hope, click. Who's this? And man, I went out on a billion dates. I went out on I was actually, I probably could write a book on internet dating. I'm serious.
Okay.
There's a whole way to do it, but I mean, I was never doing it to try to get sex. I was just doing it because I have a hole in my heart. I have a hole in my soul, and I need attention, togetherness. And
wow, that's nice to know.
That's like no, but I'm saying I need
No, you were actually out there looking for a partner.
I was looking for companionship,
like
for somebody, for stimulation, with everything, not just the old genitals.
Thank you for clarifying. But I'm picking up what you're putting down, though. I get it.
But some people know they go on all these sites and they do all this work to have all this sex, and I'm like, I don't know. It seems like a lot of work to me, man. Don't you want to have sit down and relax a little bit? I don't know,
maybe they relax
people
after.
They date 3 or 4 people at one time. That's the thing. I never like dating more than one person at one time. But with internet dating, sometimes it takes so long for the next actual physical contact.
Yes. Yeah.
That sometimes you kind of like putting a few lines in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And once you start doing that, then everything goes to shit, man.
Oh boy. All right. Well, that's what I want to hear about. What the tell me how they went to shit.
I mean, it's just you start to learn stuff about people. You try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Well, I've been through this. Maybe maybe they're okay. And, you find out like somebody's a closet drinker or this one woman I was dating, I swear to God, she was going into the bathroom and hitting out. She had a flask or something.
Oh, really?
I never found the flask.
Wow.
But we would go out and she would have like a half a glass of wine and be smashed. I don't know. It was very
wow.
Yeah. And then I found out, later on that she actually was a very, very bad alcoholic.
Oh.
I don't, I think she's still at the same bar.
Oh my.
What always happens too is people over or under exaggerate. Just like, if somebody goes on a job interview or something, right?
Oh yeah.
They're never going to be like, yeah, oh, God, So I come in late, man. I come in late quite a bit. I just want to let you know that. I mean, I don't want to be in the Christmas pool. I'm not into that shit either. I'll probably park in your fucking spot. You know, you don't do that when you go into a new job, and you don't do it when you go into a new relationship. So, you know, it's just a matter sometimes of finding out you know, what kind of wacky shit this person has been through. And then next thing you know, like you find out, like, oh, one time I'm like, oh, well, where is your ex-husband? Oh, he's in prison. I'm like, oh, prison.
Prison's nice.
He's like, this, you couldn't have mentioned this on the phone, huh?
Oh man.
Yeah, you wanted zany stories, huh?
You're attracting a lot of interesting people, aren't you?
You know what? No, it wasn't even that type of thing. It was just I dated so many people.
Right. You got everybody.
So
yeah.
it was, but I'm telling you, it wasn't a sex thing. I'm not this guy that like wants to have sex with people. Let me rephrase that.
Ever?
Let me rephrase that, baby. I know we got plans. But no, man, I mean, I'm all about talking, man. I mean, I'll tell you a really good, funny story.
Yeah,
My friend had a wife. He's a fitness guy. He met her on a fitness website. She lived in Colombia. Doesn't really speak a lick of English. He doesn't speak Spanish, but he's like a smart engineer guy. The way he described it to me was that he just picked up like a pamphlet at the airport and he kind of learned Spanish on the plane flight to Colombia. And
how long was that flight?
And then he stayed there for like a month.
Okay.
Or whatever. He worked remote, you know, because he was like a computer guy.
Yeah.
And he met this woman and he married her and he brought her back. Really, really nice guy. And I was working with him, and then I would go to the gym. It was actually a time of my life where I was going to the gym. Yeah. Whoa. let's bask in that right now.
Yeah.
Healthy Anthony Quinn. So I would see him, and then I would always like talk to him about his you know, his wife. Hey, she have any sisters? I think that came up one time or something.
Okay, gotcha.
Or she mentioned it, or I don't know how it came up.
Right.
And she had a sister in Colombia. So I started chatting with her on WhatsApp. And you know, she was gonna come here. She never came here, whatever. So
how did you chat with her if she only spoke Spanish?
There's a translating thing.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's a translating.
Sorry, because you. Okay.
So
okay.
So this was the deal. So I saw him at the gym. I would see him at the gym, like, you know, a year or two later. Time goes by. I would see him. What's up, Wayne? What's happening? And one time he's like, hey, my sister-in-law is actually here right now. And I happened to be single at the time. But I met her, and she was beautiful. And she was so nice and so sweet, but she did not speak a lick of English. And I mean, like, not a lick, she didn't. It was the quietest car ride I ever had in my life. Swear to God. Yeah. And we went out on like a few dates, and she didn't drive, and she lived like 30, 40 minutes from me. So if you're picking somebody up, you're picking them up, they live 30 or 40 minutes, then you're driving 34 minutes or whatever it is to go somewhere, then driving back. I mean, you're talking about hours of driving, and it was just
but no communicating.
And people say, like, yeah, I was like watching Rosetta Stone and shit. And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking dyslexic. I can't, you know. And could I learn how to like communicate? Like, if I lived with her, could I tell her I was hungry? I'm sure, yes. I'll learn how to say, like, I'm hungry. Thank you. Is this clean? I mean, I would, but I
no, I get it. That sounds crazy. And unless you had your WhatsApp and you both spoke to each other through a translator. No, that is what you did. Oh, wow.
On the date, we were using Google Translate. That's how we did. That's why I said the car ride was the worst, because it was just, I couldn't use Google Translate while I was doing the car ride. And we would just do Google Translate. And I mean, it was very interesting situation, but at the same time, and I look, and it's one of those things like you start to get older, you look back, you're like, hey, maybe I could have made that work. Maybe I could have made that work. You never
Yeah.
just think about if, but at the end of the day, I mean, I'm
That's tough.
I'm very talkative.
No, you.
But I know I need stimulation. I need people to understand what I'm saying. I want to talk. I have 2 goddamn podcasts. I'm on stage all the time. So
Like,
I can't
I,
like
I,
be going home to somebody that doesn't understand what the fuck I'm talking about,
yeah, that's tough. I get
Uh,
that. Yeah, it's
and
like, because you're cracking jokes and she can't even
oh yeah.
understand them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. And she's just condescendingly looking at me and smiling. Like she knows, like this cute little round guy. And she was beautiful, dressed beautiful, had like, all this cool jewelry and this, like she'd have like a cool hat. It'd be put a cool way. And, like, I don't know, just
Cool.
she had her style. Me, I have stuff that fits.
I can vouch for that. He does have stuff that fits.
Hey,
Yeah.
once in a while, my stuff fits, man. My stuff
Yeah,
fits.
yeah.
So,
Oh wow, that's funny.
it's I remember one time, this is a bad one.
Okay.
I forgot that I had a date. Well, what happened was I left my phone. I was complaining about my phone service. I actually had Boost Mobile. Ooh, this story's getting bad. These are dark times. These are dark times after my divorce. I had Boost Mobile, and I think my phone broke. I thought I lost it, or I think I bought one and I wanted to return it or something.
Okay.
They lied to me about something. So I rushed back to the place to get my like $100 back or whatever. And I totally forgot that I had to meet this woman. And she was waiting at TGI Fridays for me.
Oh no, for how long? Like, did you forget the whole date completely?
No. I don't remember how long it was, but I know
But
I
you
called
never
her.
showed up. You never showed up is what you're saying.
I don't think she was still there
Okay.
when I called her. I don't think so.
Okay.
Because like I went back and I argued with the guys about my phone and stuff. And then I think I was like, I don't know, you know how like I think maybe I was talking to my kids after that. I think she just kind of everything just
Yeah. It slips
I
your
called
mind.
her and she was mad. And I was like, no, we'll go out now. We'll go, no, I'm humiliated. I was like,
Humiliated.
dude, I was like, man, okay. I don't think she was still. I'm pretty sure she wasn't still there. This is a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay, so she didn't want to go out with you again after that.
No. Well, no. I probably, you know what? I probably could have pursued it at that point. Like I probably could have like she was like, oh no, she was so upset. And I just, at that it was just.
Yeah.
But
Well, you might have dodged a bullet. You never know.
I do remember that. Yeah, I think I did. I think it's fine. It's not one of the things. It's not one of the things I think about when I'm in the gallows of my mind.
What if I had just met her?
What if we had good appetizers at TGI Fridays?
Really,
Things would be
magic happens there. I'm just saying. Magic happens.
Magic happens.
So did you ever use a dating app or no?
I actually was on Tinder when it first came out. I was.
Yeah.
And it was too like wild to me. It was too like a piratey, like it just seemed like it was a scam to me.
Okay.
Like if any woman was like, "Ooh, let's swipe right on him." What left is right is when you keep them, right? Yeah.
Yep. Right as a keeper. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Yeah. What, are you driving a truck? What is going on there? Oh my gosh. Help.
You want to swipe right on the winner? I don't know, man. I hear people talking about Tinder. I hear people saying about it. I just never hear anything good. I never hear anybody say we met on Tinder and like we got married. Have you heard that?
I don't know specifically about Tinder. I know a few people that might like I believe Tinder has expanded to where it's not just a hookup app anymore. Like it's
Okay.
they do have a section where you can say I want a long-term relationship, but I don't.
I have a
I
Tinder
had
family
one,
tree.
you know. Yeah,
Everybody met on Tinder.
yeah.
Come on over. No, that's all right. I'm not
Yeah,
gay.
it's fine. No, other people, I've known people that have met on dating apps or through dating websites and that are happy, but not, I
Yes.
mean,
No, no,
not,
no. Yes.
not a lot, but
I met the woman I'm with right now on a dating website.
oh,
Yes.
there you go. Tell me about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met
Oh, you
her
can tell
on
me about that.
yeah, I met her on OK Cupid, I think it was. Yes.
Oh, okay. I was on that for a while. How was your first
Um,
date with her though? Like, was it,
it was great.
like it was just instant click and you were, and here
Excellent.
you are?
Yes.
That's so
Absolutely.
fantastic. I love
Yeah.
hearing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
That's
yeah. Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
See, I like
Yeah.
happy stories too. It doesn't have to be a crazy
Oh
story.
yeah. There's a
Happy
way.
stories are good.
Yeah. It's just there's so many. It's the bar scene is what it is. Years ago, everybody went out to the bar.
Yeah, well,
You know what I'm saying?
those stories are good too. I have bar stories.
Years
So,
ago, that's where you went, right?
yep,
But
yep.
the bar disappeared because of the DWIs and the you
Mhm.
can't smoke in bars anymore and the amount of money you spend when you go out. So I mean, literally, like everybody went out. You'd be like, "Oh yeah, I saw your grandmother out at the bar last night." Like everybody would be at the bar. So now people stop going to the bar, stop going out. You don't even go to diners anymore, really.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
people don't really go and hang out anymore. So then they're like, oh, well, let me go to the store app thing to go try to pick up a person thing, kind of drink, food item. That's just the kind of mentality you have. And it just, is this good
well,
enough?
I
Is
feel
this good
like it's more like a busy thing. I feel like, I mean, COVID might have killed some of the social activities too for a while anyway, but I feel like maybe, it's a busy thing. Like you have 5 minutes. It's like, well, let me see who's out there. And then maybe in this five
Absolutely.
minute break, I can at least see if there's someone I can make a connection with. But yeah, it's still weird. I mean, you're swiping left on a face. You know what I mean? It's like it's crazy. Not always. Sometimes you
But
read their
it's just
profile and it's
always
like,
like,
oh no, and you go. But
well, these days too, with the work, with the way people can't get canceled and all this kind of stuff,
oh
you
yeah,
just never know. You don't know. You ask your coworker out, you think she likes you, you ask her out, next thing you know, you're fired.
come to HR, Anthony Quinn, HR.
Hey, I'm not only not going out with you, you're also fired. Whoa, great. That's great news. One time I met somebody who was like, she had to be in like her mid-30s at least. And I was like, so you've never been in a relationship? She's like, no, never. And
Gee.
I was like, never. And I was like, so like, you're trying to give the person the benefit of the doubt. It's like, oh, I went out with someone for 3 months one time and he had a problem, or like it was, and because I thought I went out with her. I went out on a first date with her. And she was you know, she didn't want to go and eat anywhere. She just wanted to, I'm remembering this now. She just wanted to walk around.
Well,
So
I'm not mad at that though. I mean, I've had a date where I
no,
just walked around like on the by the beach, but
no, I'm with you. We weren't by the beach though.
oh,
We were like in the village or something, somewhere
okay,
like that. Yeah.
gotcha.
No, she was just had a very bad, like some kind of a social anxiety. And
Okay,
it was a big red flag when you say to somebody, have you ever had a relationship your whole life? And they go,
yeah,
no.
yeah, that's
I appreciate the honesty, but at that point you should probably lie.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, uh-oh, red flag, definite red flag.
um,
Yeah, where is
and
my red flag?
there was this one pretty tall Jamaican woman I dated one time.
Okay.
Um, and she used to call me, she loved my last name. She used to call me her queen.
Ah,
And we just went out for a couple dates and stuff. See, I got kind of a kick out of her. She was very tall, very pretty, but just very, I don't know. She probably could have picked me up
okay.
like off
Yeah.
the ground.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Um,
She was a
and she
strong
would
woman.
just be like, my queen, how's my queen? My
Ah,
queen. And again, the reason why it didn't work out for me was because because I couldn't really talk. I couldn't understand what she was saying because she had a very strong Jamaican accent.
mm-hmm.
And she was always like, queen and chicken and things like that. Like she just never wanted to talk to me. Like she just like, I'm cooking and then you're my queen and things like that. And I'm just like, all right, well,
Yeah.
I gotta go now. Sometimes it's
Wow. So it sounds like she was the king and you were the queen. I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard being single.
It
Anyway,
happens.
so I guess I'm gonna go.
Okay, Anthony's out of stuff. So, thank you so much. My guest today was Anthony Quinn. You got socials you want them to check you out on?
Yeah, the.anthonyquinn is
Okay.
one.
Okay. Is that on Instagram or?
Yes,
Okay.
the.anthonyquinn is on Instagram
Okay.
and Facebook. I'm the good looking one.
There you go. Okay, and he's got 2 podcasts out there, Quinspiracy and Food Addict, right?
Yes, absolutely. Wherever you get podcasts,
Give him a listen.
Spotify,
Yeah.
Apple, anything. If you just search Anthony Quinn podcast, both of them pop up. Um, and
Yeah.
I run an open mic at sometimes at Dingo's. Every Monday in
Every
Dingo's.
Monday. What do you mean sometimes?
Every Tuesday. Well, we might not do it anymore. No, we're gonna keep doing it. And Tuesdays I'm doing them now at the Hotel Nyack
Oh, okay.
at
Great.
7:30. Yes.
Okay, so perfect. So come
Doing
on out
that.
and watch. Comedians come out and do a set. So thank you
Absolutely.
so much. Thank you, Anthony Quinn. You've been great. I appreciate all your stories today. I appreciate you making the time.
Thank you,
And
Suzanne. Thank
all
you.
right,
Good luck with your podcast, darling.
thank you so much. And thank you for tuning in. This has been Swiping Left. Catch you next time.